Hallo.
Dag iedereen. We gaan nog heel even een paar minuutjes wachten tot de andere mensen ook hebben ingelogd en dan gaan we van start. Dus nog een aantal minuutjes geduld. Goed, mensen zijn aan het binnenkomen. Ik hoor ook van mijn collega's dat er nog wat vragen waren rond het inloggen in Airmeet. Dus, maar ik zie wel dat iedereen rustig aan het inloggen is. Ik zal kort beginnen. Welkom iedereen bij onze jaarlijkse Feature Flash, de eerste van het jaar. Hier word ik van... I'm sorry, you have to do it in English. I'm going to start again. Hello everyone, welcome to our first Feature Flash of the year. I'm Sarah, Customer Success Team Lead here at MobiTrain, and I am joined today by our CPO, Johan Dek, who will be presenting our product vision for the future. Maybe before I'm going to pass the mic to Johan, please know to the right you have a chat functionality or a Q&A functionality. You have both. And there you can indeed, as Wouter and Anne already started, chat with everyone and also pose your questions to Johan while he's presenting. So he will be picking up on your questions while he is talking. Johan, I'm passing the mic to you.
Yes.
Good luck and thank you.
Hello, everyone. Well, nice to kind of meet you. I cannot the chat, as Sarah said. I think most of you didn't meet me yet, so let me start with a quick introduction. So I started 4 months ago, 1st of November, as the Chief Product Officer at MobiTrain. I have been interested in peopleology to solve organizational problems. So here I am at MobiTrain. The last couple of months, I've been doing a lot of research. So since I joined, I've been looking at like what's happening in the world, what's happening in the economy, what's happening in the industry of learning and development. I've been talking to a lot of customers. You might have received my survey. I've been looking at data. So yeah, all of course to determine our product vision and strategy for this year. And I'm really excited to show you this today as the first achievement since I joined. All right, shall we kick it off? Can you go to the next slide?
Voilà.
So first of all, I do want to talk a little bit about those challenges that I've seen. So yeah, what are the economic and demographic trends that I think are important for us? So for us at MobiTrain, but I think also, for you as an organization who's focused on learning and development. So I just quickly want to go over these challenges and of course also, see if you recognize them. So first of all, we see there's inflation. It's happening all around us. So costs are increasing, production costs, but maybe also the wages. You know, people are also getting more expensive. We see that there's a talent shortage on the market. This, of course, started during COVID, where a lot of people, especially in the consumer-facing industries, they lost their jobs. But yeah, we also see that this is not expected to be a short-term problem. The economy is still going well. The amount of jobs are still increasing. And, on the other side, the baby boom generation is about to retire. So the available workforce is expected to be tight for the upcoming years, so to say. Well, and then talking about the pandemic, we just came out of it. I think it also had a huge effect. Of course, like people, their jobs changed overnight. If you were working in a store, all of a sudden you had to deliver stuff, but also job automation, it just happened in a faster pace. Also, if you don't have the people, you need to automate your jobs to deal with the labor market shortage. So I think there's definitely a lot of stuff that happened there. And then last but not least, a new generation. We have to deal with Gen Z. I think I'm always super interested in this generation. I think it's a unique one. It's one that grew up with technology. They have a short attention span. They're used to TikTok and Instagram and everything being personalized. But also it's a generation that cares about their well-being. They are more likely to switch jobs if they feel that their well-being is not prioritized. And I think, especially combined with this talent shortage, I think organizations have to work harder to maintain this generation. So what are the effects of all these trends? I think I definitely see that because the budgets are tighter, that impact and return of investment is becoming more important for organizations, but also more of the do more with less. You might have less people, lower budgets, but you do want to achieve more. So there's an increased focus on efficiency. I think soft skills, but also up and reskilling of the workforce is becoming more important. And of course, employee retention. If you cannot find people, you at least want to keep the people that you have within your organization. And I think that's also a big topic at the moment. So this is just, in short, what I think is, what we have to think about also when we design our product, but also for learning and development in general. And also what I took as the foundation to create our product vision towards the future. And now, before we continue, I do want to see if you recognize this. So we have created a small poll in the chat. So let me see if this works. I'm going to publish the poll. Do you want to show the poll on stage? Yes. So I'm just wondering, do you recognize these challenges within your organization? Do you feel it's valid? Interesting. I see, yes, totally. Some of them, most of them. One vote is not at all. Yeah, so interesting.
Still some time to vote, maybe. 14 votes already in. Okay.
All right, thank you for responding. I'm always happy to learn more. So if you feel like I missed something that's extremely important, also please feel free to reach out to us and have a discussion about it. Because of course, I want to make sure that I'm up to date to everything that's challenging within your organization. All right, so now let's. This was just meant as a little bit of context. Let's move on to our product vision. So I think one big change that we are about to make, and it's not necessarily that we're going to do something different, but we're going to add a little bit more to what we have been doing so far. So within MobiTrain, we have been mostly focused on learning, and now we want to extend this a little bit more, and we're going to talk more about performance enablement. And what does this mean? This means that we don't just want to focus on making sure that people have the knowledge, but also that people know how to apply the knowledge in their day-to-day job. So it actually has an effect on their individual performance, but also organizational performance. And basically what we want to do is we want to bridge that gap between learning and results, right? So yeah, to actually increase the impact. So how are we going to do this? Next slide. So if you think about how can you improve results within an organization, there's multiple ways that you can do it. Can you maybe click one more, by the way, because I see there's an animation. Yeah, okay, perfect. No, go back one. Yeah, this is it. So you can, of course, focus on processes and making sure, you have that operational efficiency, with stuff like task management or shift scheduling, make sure that your operations run as smooth as possible. That's not what we want to focus on. So we fully want to focus on the people elements. And that's what we call performance enablement. There's a few reasons for it. One, we believe that people, especially within the industries that we are active in, they have the biggest impact on business results. We're usually talking about providing service and the customer experience, and we think that people are more important and have more impact in achieving that. We also think it's a little bit more future-proof processes. It can and will be automated over time. People, maybe also to a certain extent, but I think especially around service, I think they will not be. And it's closest to what we do today. So we fully want to focus on the people element of performance enablement. And we have this model, the E3 model, in how we are going to achieve it. So that's educate, enable, and engage. So let's go through all of them. Can you go to the next one? Thanks. So educate, this is basically what we always have been focusing on. So educate means, that people have the knowledge they need to properly execute in their jobs. So this can be strategic goals, expected behavior, but also job-specific knowledge. So also, of course, making sure that we have that mobile-first approach, making sure that, onboarding and pre-boarding is efficient and consistent across all the employees, that these training programs, that they are personalized, that they are relevant, that the content is short and engaging, and it's not only containing job-specific knowledge, but we also want to extend this a little bit more towards skill-based content, as we see that's going to be more and more important. So that's the educate part. Then, not really new, but I think it is a new focus point for us, is the enable. So make sure people know how to apply their knowledge on a day-to-day basis, so we create that impact, but also that people feel that they have access to career development and they can grow towards their full potential. This has a few elements. First of all is we believe the information and the resources should be easily accessible in the flow of work. So if they need something and they're working, they should be able to access, that type of information very easily. Also, after onboarding, we want to create this continuous learning where people can also define their own learning path. So it's not just top down, this from management, we believe that this is what you should know, but we can also put more responsibility with the employee where they can define their own goals, and also feel like I want to improve in skill X, in order to improve my importance. So we also want to make sure that people feel like they have this sense of autonomy in how to develop themselves. And then the third one is that we see that it's always going to be a combination of online and offline approaches. So we have the digital learning, but we also see that, coaching and classrooms to help people apply that knowledge on a day-to-day basis is always going to be important. So we want to make sure we create this holistic performance enablement model where that's really working together. So for example, if, from a coaching session, you see that they need to improve something, that the e-learnings are optimized and personalized based on the outcomes, for example. So we have the event planner, we do have a coaching tool, but we want to make sure that will be integrated very well together. And then the third one, and I'm going to wait. Engage, which is of course more about motivation. So we know with our customers and with frontline employees, it's very difficult to reach people, but also for people to feel like they are part of your company. So engage is around like making sure that you connect people with each other, but also with the company, but also that you provide recognition for the work that they do and for the achieved goals. And yeah, this is, for example, with the newsfeed, we want to make sure this is more interactive, give people the feeling that they can also contribute to the success of your organization, but also that we see that people share knowledge with each other. So not everything is depending on a few people, but that, employees can also share best practices with each other to make sure they also help and improve each other on a day-to-day basis. So this is fully around the motivation part. And with this model, you can go to the next one. We believe that we can be a performance enablement platform with maximum impact. So first of all, by making sure we bridge that gap between learning and business results, but also because we are not just focusing on this top-down model, but also bottom-up. We can create a sense of autonomy. And as I said at the beginning, I'm an organizational psychologist. I'm always very interested in, what motivates people. And I do believe that if people feel a sense of autonomy and that they can define what they need to learn, you are creating that intrinsic motivation, and therefore it will have an effect on retaining employees as well. So learning doesn't just become something they have to do, it's something that they have access to. And if they can really see how it will help them in their jobs and how they can develop themselves towards their future goals, I think we can create an experience that's boosting performance on one side, but also retaining employees on the other side, which I think are two important challenges at the moment. One more back. The last point is and by making sure that we always create a personalized experience, that the content is always short and engaging. We also want to focus on that efficiency and impact, and making sure that people can easily access it. So that's a little bit on the long-term vision. Now, for this year, we have identified a few investment themes, so to say. So what will we focus on in order to work towards the vision? And I will quickly explain them. I know the text is a little bit small on the slide, but I will explain them to you. And I also see the table is a little bit broken. Well, I will explain it. So first of all, we want to expand on the default content that we have available. So we want to make sure that we have a lot of expertise, that we also create default content that you all can use. This is also to share the expertise that we have with you, but also to enable that continuous learning approach, so that, we have this library that the employee can also choose from themselves. We, of course, also want to optimize the content creation process. We know it's always going to be a combination of, with custom content as well. So that's definitely something that we want to optimize. That's going to be a focus for Q1 and Q2. Then next quarter in Q2, we're going to focus on something that we call access on demand. What we mean with this is that we want to simplify the access to the content on our platform. And it has multiple aspects. So the first of all is the registration process. We want to make sure it's very easy to register yourself onto our platform. Also, for example, for wholesale use cases or pre-boarding, we know there are certain challenges around getting people to use our platform if they are not officially employed. That's a problem that we want to solve. But also, once they are on the platform, how can we make sure that finding relevant information is effortless and really, really simple. So this is really how can we simplify access to the content for more and more people. That's a big theme for Q2. And then the next one, that's something that we will work on continuously. So that's the blended learning. So making sure our coaching tool, our event planner, and the digital learning will be integrated very well. So that's going to be a focus point throughout the year. Then Q3 is also going to be an important quarter, because there we will focus on the user experience and communication and engagement. We know a lot of employees, they already like the user experience, but we of course want to further optimize it. We want to make sure that it's maybe even more personalized based on certain criteria. But we also want to see, can we add more interactive and shorter content types? For example, video only. I've seen with a customer that, if employees see that their colleague is explaining something, the engagement goes up tremendously, so we also want to move more towards shorter interactive content types to also improve the user experience even further. But also in communication, like I said earlier, can we make the newsfeed more interactive, and can we also encourage that collaboration and participation from the employees? So that's two big items for Q3. And then the last one, and I think also an extremely important one, that's around impact measuring and reporting. So we want to add more tools within the platform to make sure that we can measure and analyze the impact continuously. So think about, for example, surveys towards the end user. How did it impact their performance? But also improving our dashboard and making sure that that the value of a product is clear to you and to everyone, and that we can continuously show it. So this is a lot of themes for this year to work towards our vision. Then a little bit more on the process, because process-wise, we are also going to change a little bit, and that's on the next slide. So we will. I don't know why the tables are so broken, because they are not in the original presentation. Anyway, what we are going to do is we're going to work with quarterly roadmaps around themes. Yeah, so for every theme that you just saw on the previous slide, we will always do something that we call targeted product discovery to determine the features that we need to build within the theme. So within the theme, of course, we do want to work together with all our customers, and we are proactively, going to work together with our customers, but in a structured approach around the theme to really make sure that we deeply understand all the problems that are happening within the theme, and that we can come up with the best solutions for them. So ideally, the roadmaps that we create, for 70%, they are based on the theme. But of course, we also know that life happens sometimes. We also need to stay flexible. So we also we will keep some contingency for incremental improvements that do not fall inside the theme. And then every quarter we will communicate what has been released in the last quarter, what will be the features that we will build in the upcoming quarter through the webinars and newsletters. So that's it's a little bit of a change, but I think it will definitely help us to ensure we can deliver the right value to all of you. And I'm looking forward to collaborating with you there.
We already have a question, Johan, on the previous slide. I'm just going to go back to that slide. It's from Sarah. Does the access on demand in Q2 also mean that the platform will be able to send notifications to the user as apps do, to get them on the app every time there is a new item or new content? Or does this fit in communication in Q3?
So that's not something that we are focusing on for Q2. Q2 is more about the registration process, but it is something that we see as part of the communication and engagement in Q3. We don't know yet if notifications is the solution there, because as you know, we don't have a native app at the moment, so we need to see how are we gonna make sure that employees are notified of new content. For example, we know it's a problem. We still need to do our research, to make sure what are the features to inform employees and increase that engagement.
Okay, great. And Anne also has a question. Which theme will take care of easier translations when a course or path has been made? Now, not so easy, even when translated docs which are important.
Yeah, so we are actually working on it at the moment. So we are doing a lot of research to see if we can leverage that technology for automatic translations. So that fits in the Q1 box. But we are still in research mode there. So I cannot tell you when it will be delivered at the moment.
Michael will probably reach out to you with more information once we have more information on our site as well, and once it is finished.
Yeah, and then as a teaser for the Q1 roadmap, because also for content creation, we are adding another nice feature in Q1 that will be done very soon, and that's the course feedback. So this is currently in progress, and yeah, it's basically almost done. So in a few weeks, we will launch this, and this means that, of course, employees can give their feedback at the end of each course. It will be a 5-star rating with a comment box. Of course, it's optional, so it's not mandatory for the employee. The results will not be visible for the other employees, but they will be visible in the CMS, and you can also export them from there. So this is something that will be done very, very soon.
Very nice.
Well, 5 minutes left, so I'm happy to answer more questions.
You can put them in the chat or in the Q&A to the side.
Oh wait, Q&A. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a brand new platform.
Also on the themes, yeah, if you feel like there's a lot of problems within a theme within your organization, please, make sure to reach out to your CSM, because we're really happy to learn more and collaborate on each of these themes for the year. Little tip there. We will prioritize features based on how common and urgent certain problems are. So the more you talk to us about the problems that you have, the easier it will be for us to see if it's a shared problem, and to come up with a solution that will work for everyone. So that's just, a small tip from my side. Let us know everything that you're dealing with, and we will, of course, do everything we can to solve the problems.
Yes, indeed. We have another question. Will more question formats follow, being able to place an image during the question or in the feedback phase, for example?
Being able to place an image during the question or in the feedback.
You mean probably implementing a question in the feedback slide. I'm not sure what it means, being able to place an image during the question. If you could elaborate on that. But maybe, Johan, you can already talk about putting an image in the feedback slide. If
Yeah,
that
I'm
will
also
be
not
possible.
sure if I understand to place an image during the question in the feedback phase. I'm not sure if I understand the.
Mhm. So at the moment you have the feedback slide after a question where you have the emoji, the happy or the sad emoji, and we have the question from some customers indeed
Oh,
to also put an image there.
yeah, I get it. So it's, yeah, I think a big thing that we are going to do is make the gamification elements more customizable. So I'm answering this a little bit more generic because, yeah, as I said, I don't know that's going to be a Q3 team, what will be the exact features there. But I think, yeah, we definitely already received a lot of feedback, that, yeah, there needs to be more customization options when it comes to the user experience and the gamification elements of it. So, yeah, I'm definitely eager to learn more about why this would be important to you. But I think, yeah, that's definitely something that we want to cover in the Q3 theme. I see another question: is the coaching and classroom part something new, or is this already available on the platform right now? So we have the event planner on the platform that's available right now. We also do have a coaching tool available on the platform. So yes, that is available. It's not very well integrated with the digital learning yet. So that's something that is part of the blended learning approach. So yeah, they are available, but we are gonna optimize it further.
And maybe, Sarah, good for you to know, the event planner is already available on your platform, but the coaching tool is an add-on. So if you're interested in that, you can also talk to Michael about this, and we can discuss further what is possible.
And then I see, is it also possible that the user can give feedback about the learning moment? Well, that's what we are just going to release soon in a few weeks. That's, I think, the course feedback. So that's in progress.
Yes.
And then the other one is still related, I think, to the first question.
An image as feedback, and then choose a correct image as a question. Actually, Anne, this type of question format is already available. So multiple choice with images or a multiple answer with images. So if you have any questions, also here, reach out to Michael because he can show you how that works as well. And then Jelle also put a question in the chat, Johan. Can we enhance the search function to news and messages?
Good point. Yes. Well, I'm saying not yes in the sense of like, yes, that's we can enhance it, of course, but interesting. Yes, I think it's definitely something that we need to explore as part of this communication and engagement. In my vision, I kind of how I see this is that I see that like learning and communication, it starts to blend a little bit more. So if you just show a video to an employee without any questions in it, is it communication or is it learning, right? So I think somehow in the future you will see that it all starts to blend a little bit more. And conceptually, we are also thinking about maybe creating some kind of overlay where the end user can see the highlights of all of it. So you see latest news, but you also see the highlights of the learning app, and maybe so. Yeah, I think this is a really interesting question, and I would love to talk more about about this topic to you in more detail, because I definitely see that there should be a better blend between news and learning as well. So please, let's continue this conversation.
Great.
Really good question.
Also Michael's client, so they are very active today. Very nice.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
exactly.
We
All
have
right.
come, yes, we've come to the end of our session at 3. If there are no more questions, I don't see anything popping up. Of course, also, if there are more questions for you, reach out to your customer success manager and we can forward them or get you in touch if necessary. Johan, thank you so much for this presentation. Maybe you
Yeah.
have some final comments.
No final comments. I would say, I'm just know that I'm always eager to talk and discuss anything with anyone. I'm still fairly new. I would love to as many customers as possible. So yeah, if you feel like, hey, I wanna talk about a certain idea that I have, or something that I missed in this vision, or the trends or the challenges that you're facing, please always feel free to through your CSM set a meeting up with me and let's discuss, because the more I learn from you, the better our roadmap will be and the more value we can deliver. So thank you all for being here today.
Yes, thank you for the interaction and for the questions. We will fix your PowerPoint, Johan, and then, of course, everyone will receive the PowerPoint and the recording. You will be able to download them via our customer portal that you're all aware of normally. And, of course, we will send you a recap in the email. Thank you again for today, for your time, and see you next time in April for the next Feature Flash. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.